Hello everyone, welcome to our YouTube channel. My name is Simmi and today is our lecture number 3. Today we'll be discussing chapter number 2 of Business Studies class 12th, Principles of Management. So what is principle? Principle are basically general rules that governs an organization. What are principles of management? These are managerial principle, broad and general guideline for decision making and behavior. Now let's take an example of what is managerial principle. Let's say one manager basis of giving promotion to an employee is merit. On the other hand, the basis of giving promotion to the employee for another manager is seniority. So as we have seen that manager principle is a broad and general guideline, not a rule of thumb. Okay. So now let's distinguish between what is the difference between general managerial principles and scientific principles. So management principle not as rigid as science principles. Not as rigid as science principles. As we have seen earlier, management principles deals with human behavior and technology. So they have to change them according to the requirement of the external environment. On the contrary, same doesn't happen with the science principles. Okay. Now let's take different example of how technology affects management principles. So before information communication technology advancement, a manager can only manage a certain amount of workforce in the certain specific geographical area. But after the advancement of information communication technology, the manager can handle a large number of workforce spread across the globe. Okay, now we will move further and discuss the nature of principle of management. By nature we means the qualities and characteristics of principle of management. They have been evolved with practice and experimentation done by different philosophers of management. So now we will be discussing nature of principles of management. First thing is they are universally applicable. Universal applicability means they apply to all kind of organization, whether it is small or large, non-profit or profit making, public sector or private sector, manufacturing or service sector. So basically what they want to say, they apply to all kinds of organizations. They have universal applicability. However, though they apply on all kinds of organization, their degree of applicability vary according to the needs of the organizations. For example, for greater productivity, there is a principle for division of work. In case of a big organization or a private limited company, it is very easy to apply the same because they have different departments for every different functions, like production department, finance department, human resource department. So they can apply this principle very easily. However, imagine a local retail shop near to your house. Can they apply the same principle as well? They can apply, but the degree will vary according to the employees they have in the retail shop. Now the second principle is general guidelines. So the principles of management, they are the general guideline. They are not the straightforward solution for all kinds of problem that manager faces. They are just the general guideline which can guide through a manager through different problems. Principles are guidelines to actions, but they are not provide ready-made or straight-jacket solution to all managerial problems. For example, there is a conflict between two departments. So, which principle the manager will refer to? They will refer to that both the departments have a one universal goal, that is to achieve organizational objectives. So, manager by applying that will achieve the organizational objective. Now, the third nature of principle is formed by practice and experimentation. So how principles of management are formed? They are formed through various experiments and practices and seeing what the results are. Same as the science principle, except the fact that they are applied on human beings rather than on components or things. Principle of management are formed by experience and collective wisdom of manager as well as experimentations. Now we'll move forward to the fourth point, which is principle of management are flexible. As we have studied earlier, they are not the straight-jacket solutions, but they have to be applied according to the situations the managers are in. So, principles of management are not rigid prescriptions which have to be followed absolutely. They are flexible and can be modified by the manager when the situation demand for the same. Let's take an example in the same. Now, degree of concentration of authority means how much authority organization wants to follow in an organization. So either they can go for the organizational structure which is centralized, or they can go for the decentralized structure, depend on the situation they are in. The principles of management are mainly behavioral. Mainly behavioral means management principles aims at influencing human behaviors. Therefore, principles of management are mainly behavioral in nature. Let's take an example to understand the same. While planning the layout of a factory, as we have discussed as we'll discuss further in the chapter, there is a motion principle in which we study how many useless motions are performed by the worker. So when we are planning the factory layout, we have to understand that principle and according to the same maintain the layout of the factory. Now we will move forward and learn the different nature, that is cause and effect relationship. What do we understand by cause and effect relationship or principle of management? It basically means principle of management are intended to establish relationship between cause and effect. Why they have been developed? To simply put, to gain the knowledge that if we apply certain principle on human beings, what could be the general effect? What could be the general reaction that we can get from them? Effect, so that they can be used in similar situation in large number of cases. They tell us if a particular principle was applied in a particular situation, what would be its likely effect. Okay, so we have understood the flexibility and cause and effect relationship. Now by cause and effect relationship, we understood that in real life situations are not identical. So managers have to apply these principles carefully according to the needs of the situation. Now the last nature of principle of management is contingency. So what does contingency means? Contingency means that the principles of management are dependent on the situations. What it means? Application of principle of management is contingent or dependent upon the situation at a particular point of time. The application of principle of management has to be changed as per the requirement, that what contingency principle says. For example, let's take example to understand what is contingency. That there is a principle of fair and just pay for the employees. Now, what is fair and just pay is depend upon the employer condition of how much he can pay to the employees, how much the rate prevailing in the environment, in the external environment, like what other industries are paying for the same employees, and how much the employee is working in the organization. According to that, the fair and just pay will be vary according to the organization. Now we'll move forward and understand significance of principles of management. Now significance of principle of management is POM derive these significance from their utility, like how useful they are for the manager. On that basis, their significance will derive. So in this, first is providing managers with useful insight into reality. So what happens when we apply principles of management, the manager get the glimpse of the reality. Like if we apply division of work, motion principle, what could be the possible outcome by applying the same. So they provide an insight into reality. Now we will discuss the second point, which is optimum utilization of resources and effective administration. This happens when we apply principle of management. Resources, both human and other resources are limited in the organization, so we have to apply them carefully. They have to be put to optimum use to get the maximum benefit. By optimum use, we mean that the resources should be put to use in such a manner that should give maximum benefit with minimum cost. Okay. Now we'll move forward to the third point, which is scientific decisions. Principle of management gives us scientific decisions. Scientific decisions must be based on facts, thoughtful, be justifiable in terms of the intended purposes. They must be firstly realistic and subject to measurement and evaluation. So we understood in this that scientific decisions are based on facts and thoughtful experimentation. After that we get it. Same happens with principle of management. Now we'll move forward to the fourth point, which is meeting changing environment requirement. So principle of management can't be like the science principle, which are rigid and does not impacted by the external environment. Principle of management deals with human behavior and external environment. So they have to change according to the external needs and human behavior to keep themselves updated as per the requirement. Otherwise, they will become obsolete over the period of time. Now we will discuss the fifth point, which is fulfilling social responsibility. Fulfilling social responsibility. What it means? The increased awareness of public forces and organization company to fulfill their social responsibility. Now principle of management also focuses on the social responsibility needs of the organization that they have to deliver to the public. Management theory and management principle have also evolved in response to these dimensions. So if we talk about equity today, it does not apply to only wages. Equity principle is basically treating everybody equally. But nowadays it means providing value to the customers, care for the environment, dealing with business associates would all come under the purview of social responsibility. Now we will discuss the last in this portion, significance of principle of management, which is management training, education and research. So principle of management basically work as a general book for the beginners who are the managers. It is also serve as the basic guideline for forming the exams for Master of Business Administration and Bachelors of Business Administration. Okay, so today we discuss what do we mean by principle, then we discuss what do we mean by managerial principles, then we discuss the two questions, that is nature of principle of management and significance of principle of management. Thank you. Please like and subscribe to our channel. That's it for today, and we'll discuss tomorrow what are the Taylor's principle, Taylor's techniques and Fayol's principle. Thank you.